Programs out, one school safety officer shouts. He is a heavy-set white guy that's about 6'2" with blondish reddish hair color. He looks like he could pick up half the students by their throats. He doesn't look friendly at all. None of them do, honestly. There's two other school safety officers standing off to the side, also checking programs. No one's smiling. Nothing. I walk by in the crowd and they barely glance at my program. I look to the right and it's a long hallway. In front of me is another long hallway. I just decide to walk straight until I get to the end of that hall. To the left and right are more hallways. Okay, this might be a little confusing. There is a staircase not too far off to the right, so I go in that direction with some of the other kids in the hallway. I walk up a flight of stairs to the second floor. I look around to see which way the numbers are going to figure out which is the way I need to walk. This school is like double the size of my junior high school, and that school was big. Thankfully, the class I need isn't too far of a walk. There are some students just hanging out in front of the classes and others looking around lost like me. The ones hanging out I can assume went here last year, and the ones lost are new. I walk into the classroom and look around for a seat. I don't like to sit in the front. I prefer to sit out of the way. So I walk toward the back of the class. I find a seat and sit down, looking at my program and watching the other students come in and find seats. The teacher walks in a few minutes later and starts taking out her belongings as the bell rings. She hands the first person a sheet of paper. Write your names down and pass it around. I am Mrs. Cox, your English teacher. A few kids snicker. Let's grow up a bit. This is 10th grade, she says in a sassy, sarcastic tone. Sounds like she's heard and had enough of those jokes. She looks maybe mid-40s with brown skin and an athletic build. Her hair was in a bun and she dressed pretty casually. The students who were laughing suddenly stopped. The paper gets to me. I write down my full name, Summer Rayne Williams, and pass the paper back on. The paper makes its way back to the teacher and she starts reading off the name, pairing it to faces, I guess. When she pauses, I assume it's my name. Summer Rayne Williams, here. Your first name is Summer Rayne. Yes, ma'am. Noted, she replies and continues on. Over the course of the day, I made my way through the school and answered the same question about my name over and over. I had fifth period lunch, which seems like it took forever to come. I don't know why I cared. I didn't know anyone. I walked into the lunchroom and you had to show your program to get in, and they made sure you had lunch at that time. I walk in and just sit at the first open space I could find. I wasn't eating school lunch and I didn't bring my own. I'll just be hungry until I get home. I take out my book and start doing homework from earlier classes. As I'm writing, this tall, brown-skinned guy sits at the table in the space no one was sitting in. Is your name Isha? He questions. I look up at him confused. Nah, I keep writing. You look like an Isha. I look up again, but I don't reply. He turns his head to read my paper. Summer Rayne, that's you. Yes, I stop writing. You look so mean. I do? I start chuckling. Yeah, I noticed you from this morning. You were walking with some corny looking dudes. I said to myself, you don't even fit with that crowd. Figured y'all from the same school before here or whatever. I start to laugh. They're from my neighborhood. We're the only ones who came here. Everyone else from our hood went to another school. Well, Summer Rayne, I'm Prince. Nice to meet you. You too. If you have any problems or you need any help, just ask, okay? He says. Okay. He gets up and goes back to the table with his friends. I keep doing my homework until the bell rings. High school might be simple if I could knock out my homework during lunch. Then I'd have no homework at home. The rest of the day was light. After school, I walk out the front door. I briefly search for Mike and his friends, but I don't see anyone. I don't want to be the idiot waiting for people who left me. As I'm walking down the outside corridor, the same school safety officer from this morning is shouting for us to go home. I see Prince standing in front of the school by a few parked cars with some guys standing outside. He waves at me and smiles, which makes me laugh, so I wave back and shake my head. I start walking towards Main Street. I decided not to get on that crowded bus. I hear my name being shouted, but it was a female voice. I start looking around and it's Lauren, so I stop walking and wait for her to catch up. How was your first day, nerd? What the hell are you doing here? Seeing how your first day was. She starts laughing. You had a half a day? I ask, sounding confused. Nah, I cut. It's the first day. It's not that serious. Cut? Yes, I didn't go to class. Don't be slow, son. Don't you get in trouble? If you do it enough, they call your house, but once in a blue? No? Oh. Where's Mike? They left you? No, I didn't even wait. We never set up a meet spot, so I don't know if they left without me or what. Lauren shrugs it off and we go back home together. I tell Lauren about my first day as we ride home. She came to my house before she went home to avoid her mother realizing she cut. Her mother was still off from work from having her baby. She had a boy too, named Benjamin. The next couple of weeks were routine in school. Nothing really major to explain. I spoke to Tavia, Claudia, and Kiana almost daily. Everyone was adjusting nicely, I guess. Tavia was trying to turn over a new leaf by going to class more since my father didn't kill him. It was getting closer to Halloween, and Claudia wanted to do a pre-party at her house, whatever that meant. She just needed a reason for us to come over, even though I don't think any of our parents cared that much. When Friday came, Claudia went by Kiana's after school until I got home and packed the bag. They walked over to my house and we started our journey to Southside. Aw, this is like old times, Claudia says as we ride the first bus to Jamaica Avenue. I roll my eyes playfully. Sam, we missed you, she says. We all start discussing school and how it's been. I would have anxiety with all those people around, Kiana says. It's really not that bad. I'm used to it now, I reply. Did you tell Tavia you were coming? Claudia asks. Yeah, he knows. I haven't seen him since the summer. He was about to kidnap me. We all start laughing. Justin, too. You and Evan been good. Yeah, I mean, same old same. We all know. I love him regardless. Neither Kiana nor I reply to her comment. Before we even realized we were at Jamaica Avenue walking to the second bus. Is Ayana coming over? I asked. Yeah, she's sleeping over too. Davion is gonna try to sneak through that window to make sure she's really asleep, I say. We all start laughing. Probably. Watch Tavia press you about niggas at your school. Justin been pressing me and it's like 12 boys in our whole grade. Tavia, I better shut his face. I don't want to hear that shit. We all start laughing again. When we get to Jamaica Avenue and start walking toward the second bus, I see a girl who looks like Lauren standing by McDonald's talking to some guy. I squint my eyes, not even sure why. I have 20/20 vision. It's more of a confused look. As we get a little closer, I see it is her. I never told Claudia I knew it was Lauren, but I still want to keep them separate before this idiot tries to apologize. That's Lauren. Y'all could walk to the bus. I'm gonna catch up. Don't leave me. Okay, Claudia says. She and Kiana walk off toward the bus. Oh shit, Lauren says as I get closer. Her friend turns around. His mouth drops a little bit, but he tries to keep his composure as he looks me up and down. What's up? What the hell you doing on the app? I say. Coming from school. Saw my homeboy. You go to school nowhere close to here, nigga. Lauren's school was over an hour away from Jamaica Avenue. She would literally have to pass where we lived to get to the Ave from her school. She is clearly lying, and she starts laughing. Nah, I cut school to chill with my homeboy. Summer was literally 32 seconds ago. I give her a glare. Relax, Mom. Anyway, this is my boy Christian. Christian, this is my best friend, Summer Rayne. Hi. I say in a brush off manner. I wasn't trying to be rude, but I gotta get back to the other bus stop. Hey, he says so quickly it almost seemed like word vomit. You go on the south side? Yeah, Kiana and Claudia are at the other bus stop waiting for me. Oh, we're in Southside. I live in Southside, Christian interjects. 139th near Linden, I reply. I live on 145th near Linden. Oh, cool. I chat with Lauren a little more and then leave to catch up with Claudia and Kiana. Took you long enough. We missed 2 buses, Kiana says. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Thankfully, another bus was coming, so I didn't have to hear Kiana's mouth about it for much longer. We get on the second bus, which is almost completely empty. We have the whole bus to ourselves, I say in a sarcastic manner. Kiana elbows me. Ow! I start to laugh. We had a little bit of silence between us as the bus drove along the route. I'm hungry, I'd break the silence with. Of course you are, Summer Rain, Claudia says. I do not know what that means, but what are we eating? Chinese? Yeah, let's do Chinese. Alright, cool. To be honest, New York is one of the best cities for pizza and Chinese food. I heard that Chicago has amazing pizza, deep dish is their style, but it is nothing like a New York slice of pizza. The bus is mostly skipping all the stops, which is great. We get to the stop we need and get off in almost no time. Let's drop our stuff first and see if Ayana wants something, I say. Oh yeah, she's another fat ass we can't leave out. We all start laughing. As we walk toward the block, Ayana is on her stoop on the cordless phone. I walk over toward her. You want Chinese? She nods and says spare rib tips, then continues her conversation as she digs in her pocket for money. I walk away to put my stuff in the house before we walk back to the store. Kiana opens the front door for me and I run upstairs quickly to drop my bags. Claudia was in the mirror fixing her hair. You look beautiful, I say. I hope so. I think Evan has someone else. Why? Just a feeling I'm getting. I doubt it. We'll see. She finger combs her hair. I'm gonna go order the food. I'm coming too, she says. She finger combs a few more times and walks back down the stairs. Kiana was outside on the stoop and we all walked towards the Chinese spot. The Chinese restaurant was on the same block as the pizza shop, so we didn't have to walk very far. I saw Evan's car parked outside the pizza shop, which isn't unusual. I just know Claudia is in her feelings and she is going to be looking for something to prove herself right or wrong. Tavia walks out of the pizza shop right before we walked in. He smiles big and his face lights up. I smirk at him and walk into the Chinese restaurant. I see his smile drop a bit and I chuckle to myself. I know he's about to walk in here talking shit.